What's up, everybody? It's Johnny Bronto here with HauntScene. It is Tuesday night. It is 8 a.m. EDT, not EST, because EDT? It's EDT.
EDT?
Yep.
What does that say? What does that mean?
We just want to make sure we're at the right time.
Okay.
Okay. All right. So, welcome to HauntScene Live, America's favorite haunted attractions show in ever. What's up, everybody? Hi, everybody on all the different various platforms.
Hello.
I do appreciate you. We had a little bit of a technical issue earlier, but hopefully we're going to work through it. My name is Johnny Bronto. I'm your host. With me, as always, my lovely, beautiful Victorian thing. Where's your feather thing?
I didn't put it on. I have the dress and the necklace.
Okay,
see?
that's fine.
Free necklace.
Wow.
And it matches your vest.
That's a lot of skin.
Yes. Oh.
Jeez.
That's right. That's too much skin.
Wow.
I can't show that
for
much.
that time.
I know.
Awesome. So we have an amazing guest. Really excited to have them back on. We've got Cimorene and Byron from Phantasmagoria. So we're going to go ahead and bring them on. They've got all kinds of awesome upcoming events. Now, they are in an area that's having a lot of really bad thunderstorms right now. So there might be a little bit of a delay, but we're going to try to work through it and do our best. So how do we look? Let me know in the chat.
What do you guys think?
I'm thinking I'm pretty good. I wanted to wear my top hat, but I can't with the headphones on. So,
but hey, he still looks great.
I tried.
Put it in the chat. Tell us how awesome we look.
Yep. So yeah, we're fancy, and let's go ahead and bring them on. We're gonna give them a couple seconds because I think they're on a little bit of a delay. But there we go. There's Cimorene.
Cimorene.
Oh no.
Oh, there's Punch. Punch.
Punch! Punch! Get out of there! Oh, please, call me, okay? Yes, I talk to you later. Bye-bye.
All right, bye.
Punch! Get back into your basement!
Oh my goodness! Punch, ladies and gentlemen.
My apologies.
Right.
Can you hear me, Johnny Bronco?
I can, but your screen's frozen now.
Oh no!
Oh, completely. I'm looking at Cimorene with an aghast look on her face.
Oh no!
Yes,
It's a
yes.
lovely
But it's a
photo,
pretty
I will
aghast
say.
look. Yes, I like it.
Wow.
I'm going to be in a very awkward position whenever the image comes back. Oh, look! I'm slowly walking on air.
Wow.
1 minute ago.
Okay, all right. So we're gonna. Wow, now he's speaking in like fast forward. All right.
Oh man.
Okay. So
Sorry.
all right.
All
Let's
right.
give it a second to catch up there. That was so weird.
One, two, three. Oh, look! I did my test again. Did you see that? Yes.
Well,
Sorry,
this
Can't
is
stop laughing. I'm sorry.
this is not good, but we're gonna try. We're gonna try.
I'm gonna make the best of it, Johnny.
All right. Well, maybe what I'll do is I will Jesus.
You know what? Okay. Do you see the gesture I just made?
Yes.
Yeah.
I made that 15 seconds ago. But now I'm back on real time. This is so strange. For us, time is always.
Time is, yes.
It's of the essence.
All right. You know what's funny is the last time we had them on, remember how we had them on Skype and the thing kept resizing?
Yes.
So I don't know if something's not just chatting right or if we just have bad luck, but like it's just, you know, next time we're just gonna have to have you come into the studio.
We're gonna have to have you live in the studio.
Oh, that's fine. We would easily do that.
Yeah,
Please.
now that we're
Yes.
you know, now that we're
You know what?
safe.
You have to bring Punch though. Punch has to come
There's
with
an
you.
sure thing. There's an easy way to do this. just keep doing the interview. Put up a picture of Brad Pitt, because that is exactly what I look like. And you could be doing a remote interview with Byron Pitt. It'll be just fine.
Okay, all right.
Well, how about this? We'll do the best with the video. It seems like your audio is in real time, so I think we're good.
That's a great photo still.
That's a really
Put up
really
sexy
nice
photos.
That is a great photo of you.
So it's gonna be like a call-in show.
Can we do the photo?
Yes.
Let's do it.
Yes, it's like I'll make believe I'm talking to Ellen or something. That's fine.
Yes.
Perfect. Hold on, I gotta fix it.
Yeah, we completely lost you. The screen is completely gone now. We can't even see you.
Yeah.
All right. Well, now you're back.
Oh, look, I'm back. But without Cimorene, even though she's sitting next to me.
Cimorene just shrank a little bit.
Wow.
Oh, there she goes.
Oh, there she is. Hello, Cimorene.
Now she's back to sit next to you. Okay.
All right. We'll just disregard the video, and we'll just work with the audio, because I think it's just gonna kind of do its crazy thing.
I think this is a fun show so far.
It is.
Oh, yes.
When you're not running the show, it's hilarious.
I'm going to keep doing very strange visual things, and we'll see when they pop up.
Let's do it.
Awesome.
Okay, see, I'm no longer doing that. I moved away a long time ago.
Wow. All right.
Just keep doing various visual things.
Oh, okay. So we gotta go through the.
What do you guys think of the chat? Do you think this is entertaining?
Right? This is just hilarious. All right, so let's just. Do you want to read a poem?
Yes, of course. So I love that, Johnny. That's like the duct tape of performing. When nothing else is working, just read a poem.
Yeah, just start talking.
All right, let me see what I have here. We do have a few of them. We have some of our favorite ones that we have done in various performances. I think, what's always joyful and gives people great joy is the ghosts of little dead children.
Oh, yeah.
So
yes.
I think I will read a dead child poem. Let's try that.
Perfect.
All right. So this is one from 1900 or so by Josephine Dascombe Bacon. It is called, quite appropriately, The Little Dead Child. When all but her were sleeping fast, and the night was nearly fled, the little dead child came up the stair and stood by his mother's bed. "Oh God," she cried, "the nights are 3, and yet I have not slept." The little dead child, he sat him down and sank his head and wept. "And is it thou, my little dead child, come in from out the storm? Ah, lie thou back against my heart, and I will keep thee warm." "That is long ago, mother, long and long ago. Shall I grow warm who lay 3 nights beneath the winter storm? Hast thou not heard the old nurse weep? She sings to us no more. And thy brothers leave the broken toys and whisper at the door. Oh, that is far away, mother, far and far away. Above my head, my stone is white. My hands forget to play. What wilt thou then, my little dead child, since here thou mayst not lie? Ah, me, that snow should be thy sheet, and winds thy lullaby. Down within my grave, mother, I heard, I know not how. Go up to God, thou little child, go up and meet him now. That is far too fair, mother, far and far too fair. I come for thee to carry me the way from here to there. Oh, hold my peace, my little dead child, my heart will break in me. The way to God, thou must go alone. I may not carry thee. The cock crew out the early dawn, ere she could stay her moan. She heard the cry of a little child upon his way alone. The end.
Brava!
Very nice.
Nice.
And isn't that just joyous and
Yeah,
fun?
that was
Yes.
really
That was-
uplifting.
So, as you were reading that, your various visual movements were popping up.
You got like one frame like every 30 seconds.
Yeah, we can't even see anything anymore. Zoom is completely gone from the.
Yeah, we
screen.
don't see you either. We just see the HauntScene side.
All right.
Oh, that's fine.
All right. Well, let's show off some things.
Okay.
Let's show off what they got coming up here. One thing I did want to, as Cimorene sent me a little like sizzle reel that they have,
They're back.
and one of the quotes that was in there I really liked, and I thought this was pretty good with everything with Phantasmagoria. This was a quote that was in the video, so I just took a screenshot of it. This was the circus every punk and goth kid wanted to run off with in their childhood. So
Oh yeah.
that's what Phantasmagoria is. It's you know, when you were that outsider in high school and you just wanted to go, you know, belong and everything. I thought that was a really good
That's how
quote
I
to
was in
describe
high
them.
school. I was an outsider.
Yeah, me
I
too.
didn't feel like I fitted in with anyone.
Yeah, I switched high schools halfway through, and then
Yeah.
nobody cared. Awesome. So Byron, Cimorene, some of the folks who are watching the show probably haven't had an opportunity to watch Phantasmagoria before. I would imagine some people have seen the streams that we share out. But if you wanted to, we do an elevator pitch in the beginning of the show. If you wanted to just give everybody a very quick description of who you are and what you do.
Of course, we are a Victorian horror troupe that goes on Zoom shows and freezes all the time. That's our shtick.
That's it.
That is what we do. We're like the Andy Kaufman of horror. So if you ever want us, you can book us live, and we will come into your homes and freeze. No.
Literally just freeze
do this in person.
and motion.
Yes, 3 hours later, when everyone is asleep, we go home. It's an amazing thing. No, actually, we are a Victorian horror circus, basically. We've been performing for 12 years, most of the time unfrozen, throughout Central Florida and Missouri and Georgia and Maryland, all over. And we bring stories of terror to life. The troupe itself is about 70 people, and those 70 people are made up of dancers and aerialists and stage combatants and puppeteers and storytellers, sword swallowers, fire dancers, all sorts of things that we use to help tell the stories. So in a nutshell, a very tiny, little, minuscule, frozen nutshell, that is who we are.
I'm afraid to move now because you totally just unfroze.
Yeah, you totally just unfroze.
Oh,
the whole
excellent.
thing. Yeah.
I kind of love that. I'm glad I wasn't picking my nose or something. That's very good.
Good.
They're like you know, undressing. They're just like, all right, well, I guess I don't need to see us.
How about that? Oh, look, it's actually working now. I'm
Yeah.
moving.
You are in
That's
real
awesome.
time.
Don't scare us away.
I like that. Yes.
Perfect. All right, well, if you have any questions about Phantasmagoria in any of the platforms that are watching or listening right now, go ahead and put them in the chat, and we'll monitor that. And let's talk about some upcoming events, because we thought that we had a busy spooky season because we're filling up our calendar, but wow, we will not even hold a candle to what Phantasmagoria is going to be up to this fall. They're going to be everywhere. So if you've ever had an opportunity to see Phantasmagoria live, it's great. I think I've seen you at like 2 or 3 events doing some things out in real life. And
Absolutely.
And let's talk about what's coming up. So the first thing is going to be in August. Now, these are loosely in order, but a lot of these are going to be overlapping. But here in mid-August, they're going to be at MegaCon doing performances of The Dark Carnival on Friday, Saturday, and Sunday.
Mm-hmm.
And this is not all, because in addition to the performances, they're also going to be doing a bunch of workshops and we'll get to that in a moment. But do you want to give us a little bit of insight into the Dark Carnival version at MegaCon?
Sure, absolutely. We love doing MegaCon. We've done it for many years in a row. We've done main stage shows, we've done mini shows, we've done a booth. This year, MegaCon has given us an entire room. It's over on the West Concourse, second level, W203. And we are going to be creating a carnival inside that room, and we'll be performing our Dark Carnival sort of variety show. So every single show will be completely different.
Oh, nice.
We have an assortment of artists that are coming in and out all weekend long, whether it's whip artists, sword swallowers, knife throwers, storytellers, dancers, singers, all different things. And we're literally using a carnival wheel. So when you come to see the show, it's about a half-hour mini show. All of those acts will be on the carnival wheel, and we will spin the wheel. And whatever comes up is what gets performed for you first, and then second, and then third, as we go through the half hour. So we will not know what's happening at any given time, which is going to be fun and kind of keep us on our toes, as they say. So that will be the show, Dark Carnival, the MegaCon version. We'll be doing it Friday, 3 different shows during the day. We'll be doing it Saturday, 4 different shows during the day. And on Sunday, the final day of MegaCon, we will do it 3 different times.
Nice. On that wheel, is there like a prize wheel, like a lose your turn, like on Wheel of Fortune? Is there any sort of like gamification with it?
Well, there's no prizes other than the beauty of the Phantasmagoria. But there is a wild card slot where our ringmaster will get to pick what act goes on. And we'll have a number of different ringmasters. Isabella will be there as one of our ringmasters. Dahlia will be there as one of our ringmasters. And I'll also be kind of the fill-in ringmaster as time goes by.
That's awesome. That's the best prize of all.
Yes, well, there you go, brother.
Yeah.
And it's going to be a good time. We're doing some creepy stories. We're doing some wonderful dancing. I know of 2 particular members who will be fighting to the death during a performance.
Nice.
So it's going to be new every single performance, no matter what we do.
That's very cool.
Is that something that's on the wheel to the death? Like, we need to really pare down Phantasmagoria. So we got 70 people, but we can only keep like 40. So
you get
Yes.
to cut down.
Yes.
Basically,
That's how we do our callbacks when we have auditions. Bravo, John. Yes.
That's how you cut them out.
Yes. Literally. Yes.
Literally, yes.
It's 2 applicants for every 1 spot, and they just throw like a sword on the ground. Like, there you go.
Does Punch make the
Bravo.
final? Does Punch make the final call on who he wants?
Punch makes all the decisions,
Okay.
actually.
Okay.
Everyone thinks it's my hand up Punch's butt. It's the reverse. Yeah.
does that explain it?
All right, so there are going to be all kinds of panels, and if you look up, if you go to the Phantasmagoria website, which will have all the contact information up here, you can see this. I cut out the descriptions, but we're going to have some belly dancing. We're going to have some violence, which is always fun. The wheel's just going to say violence, I bet. The Art of Magic and Horror, Tales of Terror with Owl going back. We're going to have Mark Muncie's on there. We're going to have puppetry. And we're going to have the armory, the weapons and armor of live action performances. And all of these are going to be throughout the day. But wait, there's more, because there will also be some... actually, these are all the panels and workshops here. But this is not the last event that they're doing here at this fall.
No, well, it's also not the last thing we're doing at MegaCon, because we're also the halftime show at the costume contest on Saturday night.
Oh, very
So
cool.
we'll be performing there as well. And of course, we're going to be at our booth doing all kinds of crazy stuff as well. So we're going to be all over MegaCon this year.
Yeah, so the Dark Carnival events are going to be $10 if you want to pick one of the mini shows. You can get a multi-day pass if you want to go like once a day for $25. Save a couple bucks. The panels and workshops are free, so if you just go into that room W203, the West Concourse, you can just wander in. Maybe, I would imagine there'll be seating there if you want to take a break. Check out some of the workshops. That's going to be pretty awesome here. Little bit of HauntScene and Phantasmagoria trivia. This MegaCon is where I first met Byron and Cimorene years and years ago. Yep.
It is indeed, and we
Nice.
loved meeting you, my friend.
Yep.
Yes.
Yep. And then there was a little bit of a gap for reasons, and then we reconnected, and it's been awesome. So
Nice.
yeah.
I remember those reasons.
Yeah.
Nudge, nudge, wink, wink, know what I mean.
Yeah.
Yes.
Yep. Awesome. Okay, well, let's talk about what's coming up next beyond that. Or is there anything else you wanted to mention for MegaCon?
Just that if people do go to our Facebook page and check out the event invite for the MegaCon shows, there's a half price code on there.
Ooh.
So up until the 23rd of this month, you can get tickets for $5. So please go take it. Use the discount code. If you go into the event invite and go to the discussion, it gives you all of the discount information.
Oh, very
Please
cool.
feel free to use it. Yes.
Yeah, or 2 for 1. Bring a friend. Introduce them to Phantasmagoria.
Sure.
We love that even better. Absolutely.
Awesome. Yeah, MegaCon, we're really looking forward to it.
Same here.
We're, I think some of us are dressing up in various costumes, so that ought to be a good time.
Yes, I will be cosplaying on Friday. Yeah.
I'm.
Are you gonna cosplay?
I know. I'm supposed to be somewhere else that weekend, but I really want to
No,
go.
go.
All right.
Come on, you can do
We'll
it.
figure it out.
Do it for Byron and Cimorene.
I know.
And Punch. Do it for Punch.
Do it for Punch.
Do it for Punch.
Do it for Punch.
Do it for Punch.
He loves you,
I
Johnny.
know.
He does.
He's
All right.
gonna be so sad. He's gonna Johnny.
If he was here,
Please come.
right now, he'd say, "Oh, Johnny, I have love for you." So there you go.
There
Yeah.
you go. That's all you need, Johnny.
All right, we'll see. All right, next upcoming, and this is going to be kind of interesting. You were going to have the performances of the Dark Carnival at Phantasm, which is a newer horror convention. This is their second year at the Rose and Shingle Creek Hotel, which is a super nice resort. This is going to be 1 weekend only. So if, for whatever reason, if you miss them at MegaCon, you could go check it out from October 1st to the 3rd. Visit phantasmorlando.net to get tickets there. Now, with Phantasm, is there going to be are you still going to have like a booth and things there? Like, how's that going to work?
At Phantasm, it's just the room.
Okay.
So we're going to be using the room for photo sessions, for performances, for panels and workshops, the same kind of a thing.
Okay.
It's going to be a lot of fun. Phantasm is a fun convention because it's a smaller convention. And when we were there last time, it was absolutely astounding because everybody was just kind of meeting everybody, you know, and they were visiting each other's booths and everything. And we got to spend a lot of time with, I don't remember her name. Oh, she's delightful. The wonderful, the world's smallest woman from American Horror Story. She came and spent a lot of time with us in the booth. She was so gracious and charming.
Yeah.
And at that point, we had not even seen American Horror Story.
Mm-hmm.
So we didn't know. And then when we eventually got to see it and she
We saw the scene.
expires, we were like crying
Yeah.
because she was this wonderful lady. And then this other wonderful gentleman, whose name I won't say, was hanging out with us and doing sword fighting with us, and just a wonderful human being. And I had no idea who he was other than this really great guy.
Mhm.
And when we left Phantasm, I was like, who was that guy? Let me look him up. Turns out he's Godzilla. He's the one who does all the motion capture for Godzilla. And
Cool.
in Godzilla and King Kong, he did Godzilla and King Kong. So he fought himself, which is insane. So all of these wonderful people were just mingling and sharing and talking to each other. And it was absolutely beautiful. So that was a very enjoyable, intimate convention the last time we did it.
Very cool. Yeah, unfortunately, we didn't get a chance to check it out last year, but we're definitely going to go in, and we have you and actually a lot of our other friends are performing or have a haunt or something like that there. So should be a good time.
Excellent.
Now, because you know what's funny is in my day job, because we have a convention there for like my professional life, this is going to be in the convention center area?
I believe so, yes,
Okay.
yes.
Very cool. Awesome. So check out Phantasmagoria at Phantasm as well. You're going to have a lot of events there. It's going to be awesome. And then we also have something, and I'm going to have to find some way to get to this.
Mm-hmm.
In the Georgia Coastal Railway, there is the Phantasmagoria presents the Ghost Train.
Oh my god.
Yes.
I want to go. Let's take time off and go.
This
So
is gonna be Saturday, October.
Johnny, believe it or not, Atlanta is about 4 hours away from the Ghost Train. We in Sanford are about 2 hours away from the ghost train.
Oh.
It's in St. Mary's, Georgia. It's all the way down on the bottom. It literally takes us just 2 hours to get there. It's absolutely wonderful.
That's not bad.
And this is for the train we used to perform on in Tavares. They literally took the train cars and moved them to St. Mary's, Georgia.
Did they do that for you?
Well, yes, they did it just for us.
Just
No,
for you guys.
they did it for business, but it's going to be wonderful. And the new train car that we are performing on is stunning. It's about 1.5 times the size of the last train car we performed on, including like a stage in the middle. That's about 8 foot by 12 foot on a train car. So we are looking very much forward to doing those shows up there. It's going to be quite enjoyable.
Yeah, that actually doesn't sound bad. I was thinking like, because we go to like Netherworld and stuff in Georgia, and that's like 6 hours away. But if this is only a couple hours away, we'll definitely try to get this in there.
Yeah, what Cimorene was just saying is it's the same distance to St. Augustine, pretty much. Yep.
Basically,
Yep.
Yeah.
yes. So if you make day trips to St. Augustine, go a little further to St. Mary's, Georgia.
Yeah,
Perfect.
it's a lovely little town. The cemetery, because we did a nice photo shoot in the cemetery there, goes back centuries with the graves from the 1700s and stuff. It was quite an enjoyable place to visit.
Awesome, cool. Now with your, because this is something we're gonna bring up Reningers here in a little bit, but do you encourage the people that attend your shows to dress up in the fashion?
Absolutely.
We love it. We love when they ask to do that. We encourage it. It's part of the environment. People are already like on the Georgia Coastal Railway saying, "Can we dress up?" And it's like, yes, please dress up. Come have fun. The only difference between, let's say, MegaCon type shows or our main stage shows and the Georgia Coastal Railway shows is a little tiny secret. And I'm almost afraid to tell you this secret, but
Yeah.
everyone on the train is usually drunk. So we learned that early on because they come on, they have a few drinks, they eat a little bit of food, and they have this great time. So it's a little more party-esque as we do the shows there. So we encourage a lot of audience participation, except if you're sloppy drunk and get up and try to do things with us, which they have done.
Don't be that person.
Yes, don't be that person.
Yeah,
Very
we're
good.
Not
Don't be
those
that person.
people.
No,
We're
we
not,
only do that in very
we're
controlled
not raised
environments.
by wolves.
It has to be like a media event at a theme park,
Yes,
or
yes.
or something with an open bar, or
Yeah.
New Year's Eve.
Yeah.
So
Or in Johnny's studio.
yeah. Awesome. Well, I mean, if it's being that it's not that far, we're gonna have to put this on our
Well,
list. So
pick a
we'll work it
Saturday
in
and
there.
go. Let's do it.
Yeah, we'll pick a Saturday and go. Maybe.
You said we're not doing anything at the end of.
Yeah, it might be the
October?
23rd. Probably looks good.
Okay, let's do it.
Yep.
I'm
All
done.
right, we're gonna
Let's do
commit.
it. I'm taking off.
Excellent.
Right now. I'm putting in the day.
Yep, doing it right now.
Let's do it.
All right.
Lovely.
Perfect. Awesome. So if you want more information about this, thegeorgiatrain.com. Go there. You can buy your tickets there if you want to. They have different packages. Some packages do include drinks, so you can definitely take advantage of that. Just don't be that person.
Don't be that person.
All right. Perfect. All right. What else we got here? Okay. So this is what. Obviously, I'm excited for everything that you got coming up because I try to see you live whenever I can. But this is really cool because in this October, you're taking Dark Carnival to a main stage tour. And I was looking at some of these locations. I've never actually been in the Dr. Phillips Center, but it looks amazing when you drive by. It looks amazing on the inside. The Athens Theater, and I thought that was Athens, Georgia, but it's actually in DeLand, right?
Yes.
Okay, good.
Yes,
And
DeLand,
then-
Florida. Yeah.
And then we've been in the Tampa Theater. Yeah, we did a ghost tour there.
Mhm.
Sorry. Okay.
You're good.
So all of these are amazing venues. They're just absolutely gorgeous, and I can only imagine just how that's just going to elevate your performance. And that's a question that I wanted to ask. I know that I've seen you lay it all out on the floor every time you perform because you guys are really passionate about what you do. But when you perform at a venue like the Dr. Phillips Center or the Athens Theater or the Tampa Theater, these just amazing places, do you think that kind of brings something extra out of you when you're performing?
Well, they're completely different shows than anything you've seen us do. This will be our 12th main stage show. The little mini shows that we're doing at MegaCon will be nothing like what the Dark Carnival main stage show is. It won't have any of the same acts or any of those things. The main stage show is actually 6 horror stories woven together. Usually we'll do 6 to 7 horror stories. It's a 90-minute long full main stage show with a cast of anywhere from about 17 to 22 people. And it's this mingling of these wonderful horror stories and full-length horror stories, as well as the dancing and the specialty acts. So it's a very different animal, so to speak, than any of the events we do. You really especially get to see what the Phantasmagoria chorus and ensemble can do, because they actually create the stories with us. So at any given time, you'll have about 17 people on stage working together to tell one story. So it's pretty much an incredible kind of a thing, and that's how we got started. We actually did 2 full main stages at the Orlando Shakespeare Theater, the John and Rita Lowndes Shakespeare Center in downtown Orlando, before we got started with the events. So it's very theatrical. This is a full theatrical, like going to Broadway type show. We also use extensive use of sound, extensive use of projections that set the tone. The whole world changes behind us with projections. And of course, a lot of violence and puppetry. The puppet this year will be about an 8 to 9 foot tall puppet. Wow. that will be incorporated into one of our mythological stories that we're doing. Mm-hmm. So it's a different animal altogether than anything you've seen us do. And what's good about it, Johnny, is, at the events, it's a big kind of a fun thing. For this kind of a thing, we literally have not just our fans, not just Halloween fans, but the true theater aficionados. They come to see the shows. The people who make the rounds, seeing the touring shows and everything. And that's wonderful. Yeah. And we have, for the last 5 years, or 6 years we've been doing the main stage show on tour. So we've been playing the Athens Theater and, theaters all around, and sometimes we've actually taken the main stage out of state as well. So it's a lot of fun, and we enjoy doing it. We're being cautious this year. Obviously, it's a COVID year still. So we're only doing these 3 venues. 3 different performances at the Dr. Phillips, 2 at the Athens Theater, and then, of course, the final performance in the Tampa Theater in Tampa, Florida. But then, literally, Cimorene and I will go back to the hotel, go to sleep, wake up the next day, and do a completely different show that I didn't tell you about at the Tampa Theater. Oh, wow. So it's a commission show where we're going to have 8 Phantasmagoria members doing a ghost tour. What? Just like you said, Johnny. Cool. But it's called Spirit Fest. So what it's going to be is the audience will come in, and I think they're limiting it to 20 or 30 people per group. They will come in. They will have a specialty-made cocktail that we will help describe how it's made. We'll begin telling the history of the Tampa Theater along with ghost stories, and then the audience moves to the next location, where they'll be met with 2 other Phantasmagoria members and another cocktail. I guess we have this theme of mixing things with drinks. So you'll get another cocktail, and of course you'll have another performance by Phantasmagoria. Then you'll go to the next location, and finally you'll end up in the final surprise location at the Tampa Theater for your final drink. So this is like 4 cocktails you've been having in an hour and a half or so. So you're going to be a very, very much fun. Yes, you'll be fun at that point. And we'll tell the final ghost story to you, and it's just revolving. So the people who are meeting the audience first, we'll tell our story, we'll rest 5 minutes, we'll get the next audience, we'll tell the story, rest 5 minutes. So it's this ongoing kind of tour, haunted house kind of a thing we're doing.
Wow, that sounds awesome.
Yeah, that's a specially commissioned show. Jill Witecki, what a wonderful woman at the Tampa Theater. Yeah, and she has been working with us now for 3 years. Last year when it was COVID and we couldn't, do a live show, they showed our Plague Tales there. And then she did this wonderful hour-and-a-half interview with us on Zoom after the fact. And it was just, what a wonderful lady to work with. So we're creating a custom ghost show for the Tampa Theater.
Oh, that's so cool. Yeah, so do these have tickets on sale yet for these events?
Not yet. Tickets will go on sale usually at the start of September for all of these.
Okay.
So another month and a half or so. Yes.
Okay, so yeah, keep an eye on.
Just keep your eye on our website, because after we finish the MegaCon shows, the website will turn over to the main stage show, and you can click for tickets at the different venues.
Awesome.
Very cool. Very cool.
Wow, man. It's just
Awesome.
just want to like carry your bags. All right, a couple other.
Somebody's going to have to, because I'm going to be exhausted. Yes.
So a couple other events that are coming up, just worth mentioning. I got a chance to go. I think this was back in January. Was the Redinger's Steampunk Festival, which was an amazing time. It was really, really cool, and Phantasmagoria did a performance. Bloody Jug Band was performed there. Thank you for turning me on to them. So they're going to have another one of those in mid-October. That's in Mount Dora.
Yes. Mount Dora at Renegades, yes. It's a wonderful place. We've been hosting these because we're the hosts of the event, the hosts of the weekend. And we've been doing it now for, I think, 7 years. And it's a lot of fun, and we love doing it. And it's one big family. And that's how we met Cog is Dead. That's how we met Jig to a Milestone. That's how we met Clockwork Knotwork. A lot of the people that we still, that's how we met Vera Vermilion. A lot of the people we still work with to this day were at Renegades. So it's like the Carney circuit, almost, just on a regional level. So we're looking very much forward to performing with all of the Celtic Conundrum, another one. John Babcock, the Beatles. Hey, everyone, I'm Paul. The Beatles impersonator. So it's just wonderful being around all of these great artistic talents.
That's awesome.
Oh, very cool. Yeah, we'll have to make an appearance to that
definitely.
again. Plus, they have like a little swap meet, flea market type thing if you want to go and buy all your steampunk accoutrement.
I love steampunk.
I
love steampunk.
I was in like my full outfit with the coat and everything, and my cane, and it was awesome.
That's epic.
It was really cool. And what's funny is as it got dark, Byron's still wearing his sunglasses. I switched into my normal clothes to cover it. And like literally I'm like trying to like nudge Byron, like, hey, what's up, man? And he's just like walking by me like beeline, and I'm like, what did I do? Like, I don't know. And then he couldn't see me.
Yeah.
So
No, not at all.
I'm blind as a bat as it is. And then with the sunglasses at night, I can't see anything.
I feel that.
So I had no idea. No.
He's like, oh, when did you get here? I'm like, 3 hours ago.
3 hours ago.
Yeah, that's awesome. It was really, really cool. But it's nice to see, because I've seen you perform online. I've seen you perform at dusk. I've seen you perform in the dark. So it's really cool because it's always something unique and different. So really, really neat. Got a Dia de los Muertos event coming up, and October 21st.
We've been doing that again. This should be our 6th year doing that, I think it is. So Phantasmagoria hosts the event. I will be like the DJ for the MC for the entire evening, and it's this great variety show. That Dia de los Muertos is actually where we met Bloody Jug Band the first time years ago. And so it's wonderful to perform there. It's in the middle of downtown Orlando. We always have a wonderful time. It's outdoors, so we can, of course, do a lot of fire dancing, Cimorene specialty. It's again, like going home. We've been doing the event for so many years. It's just this familiar sense of being with your family again. So it's quite wonderful.
Right. And one thing I've noticed meeting you and watching you interact with people is it seems like you welcome new people into that family. So it's a really good group of people to know. And our friend Dahlia has become a recent acquaintance of mine. So yeah, it's just great people. So awesome.
I mean, you can't have enough family members.
Yeah,
you know
absolutely
what I mean?
not.
You're right.
I mean,
Absolutely right.
it's the beautiful thing about it, and I think that early on we did this. I think it was the PBS one, the special we did for PBS. So PBS featured us a while back, about 5 years ago. They did this nice national special on us, And we were talking about that sense of family, that I think some people forget that the people who watch you are invested in you in a lot of ways. And so we love to embrace our family. And it's great when you go to event and see people, or in the case of Lily Mai, who is one of our performers now. She is 9 years old now. She's been following us since she was 6 years old. And it was like that slow awakening where you recognize the person from the last performance and the family, and then you see them at another one, and then you all start talking, and then you become friends, and then Lily Mai just all of a sudden is in our troupe, this
And
little
then
girl.
you adopt her and she lives in your pocket.
And she lives in your pocket. So she is that tiny. So it's this wonderful evolution that we've always had, and we don't want that separation. The people who watch us are Phantasmagoria, and we are part of them as well. And I think that's very important that a lot of people forget. They don't pay attention to the people who want to watch them.
Yeah.
And I think that's, or collaborate. Look at what has happened to us, Johnny.
Yeah.
We started off meeting, shaking hands, and then there was the nudge, nudge, wink, wink when you reached out to me. And then, we slowly got to know each other. And then we became friends, and we became collaborators. That's the next step. There's friends, there's family, there's collaborators. So it just is this wonderful meshing of things, and I love it.
Nice. And also in late October, Spooky Empire is coming up. I don't think you have anything nailed down with that yet, but you want to do something spooky?
So Petey and I had the opportunity to talk about it, and he wanted something completely different, So we're talking about doing pop-up performances, like almost like unannounced. You're walking down the hall, and all of a sudden something is happening,
Cool.
The environmental kind of stuff happening the whole weekend long. We haven't nailed things down yet in terms of that, but I think that for us, especially because it falls on a weekend when we're performing other shows, it's a nice way to kind of touch base with the Spooky Empire crowd and just have a really good time with them. So these will be pop-up performances for Spooky Empire.
Very cool.
Very cool. And I know we got one other thing. This is going to be in St. Louis. So they're on trains, they're on stages, they're on riverboats. Phantasmagoria is going to be doing a riverboat ghost cruise in St. Louis, Missouri as well. If you want to check this out, this is also going to be in October with various dates.
Well, I guess we got to fly to Missouri now.
It's a wonderful group. The entire troupe in St. Louis is all female identifying. They performed together 2 years ago for the first time. It was wonderful. They did a Halloween show, and then Cimorene and I flew out to St. Louis to rehearse the new Phantasmagoria show with them. Now, we were supposed to open that summer. We were doing a summer ghost cruise up the Mississippi River, and literally the day we landed to rehearse is the day the country was shut down.
Oh, no.
So we started rehearsing the shows, thinking that everything was going to be fine, and a month or two, and we'll be back on the water. We all know what happened last year.
Yeah.
We ended up doing some Zoom performances and some videotape performances with the members out in St. Louis. But we haven't been live together for years. Cimorene was working with one of the St. Louis performers today on Zoom upstairs, So we've kept in touch. A few of them actually flew out to spend time with us here in Florida before the pandemic. And now this will be our first show back. So we're going to be doing a brand new Halloween cruise for them. It's a 3-member show this time around because they're trying to keep everything small because of COVID. They on the boat, the Coast Guard. I guess I don't know all the legalities, but while St. Louis has opened up, the Coast Guard will not allow it. The Coast Guard still has social distancing on the boats.
Gotcha.
So they're limited to how many people can be there and spread out. So it's a 3-person show, and the ladies are wonderful. I'll be flying out to rehearse with them at the end of the summer, and then they will be, of course, opening the show there. And it's a different flavor. They are basically the sea witches, is how we've looked at it. They're the witches of the river. and it's got a whole different identity that looks exactly like our brothers and sisters, but a whole different identity to the Troupe that's out there.
Very cool. That's actually a good kind of segue, because we got a question in the chat from our buddies from Haunt Insider Florida. What has been the hardest and most challenging part of Phantasmagoria so far during this last year with COVID?
Technology.
Well, technology, yes. I mean, we've enjoyed doing it.
We love it.
We've done so many online shows, whether it's here or overseas, or you know, we did a big weekend of performances in Canada a month ago, just through, you know, the technology. But honestly, I can tell you that we recently did photo shoots here at the house for this coming year. And some of the Phantasmagoria members saw themselves for the first time in a year and a half. Because even when we did Plague Tales, we were never all together because we were trying to be, you know, COVID safe. So that group would come in, do the story, and they'd have to leave the building before the next group came in. So these people haven't seen each other. The hardest part was going from seeing each other almost every day sometimes, to not seeing each other for a year and a half. But, you know, it's like getting back on a bicycle. About a month and a half ago, we did a stage combat training here at the house, outdoors, COVID safe, still wearing masks. It was like getting back on that bicycle. Everybody fit in together and was doing the training. So it's like the hardest part was removing yourself from family, and a family that some of which, you know, we've spent the last 12 years together constantly. So that's the hardest part, I think. And what a wonderful question to ask. Thank you.
Awesome. Yeah, thank you for that. Okay, all right. All right, so here's what I want everybody to do. If you're not already doing this, make sure you're following Phantasmagoria on social media. It's phantasmagoriaorlando.com. Just bookmark that website. Make sure that you follow them on Facebook. Probably, I wouldn't say the most important, but if you do follow them on Facebook, Buki, you can get a notification when they go live, because they do their shows now last year was every week, which was crazy.
Every week.
And then this year they're doing it bi-weekly. And you can catch their performances on Sunday nights at 8 o'clock EDT. And then follow them on Instagram, Phantaz Orlando, and also Twitter, Phantaz Orlando. And if you want, you can go subscribe to their Phantasmagoria YouTube channel. And I think that's just a really good, if you've never seen them perform, they got some videos there to kind of give you a little bit of a primer, or just check out one of their previous live streams to go in and see that right there. And then
we actually have somewhere a TikTok as well, but we don't really use it right now.
Same thing with us.
Same with us,
Yeah, we used it the first time, so we had a very interesting experience. We used it the first time during the last MegaCon, right, just to test it, just to see what would happen. And we were filming like mini performances in the booth. Within an hour, we had like 40,000 views on a video.
Oh, wow.
And we're like, we love this. And within the next half hour, they took the videos down because they were dangerous.
What?
Well, because it was knife throwing and things like that. And TikTok does not want that on the platform, which it's for children, so, you know, or younger people, and it's understandable that they don't want dangerous things that the kids will then try to do. So we learned we were like, yay! Oh my God, this works! Oh my God, they took us down. You know, within like an hour. But eventually, I think we'll probably do some live TikToks during MegaCon. I think we'll have some fun with that.
Just no violence.
Just no knives.
No violence, no knives.
Awesome. Very cool. Very cool. Well, that's all that I have for you. Yeah, I know that we were going to have like Cimorene dance and all that, but it seems like with the technology, it just didn't want to cooperate this time around. But I know that we'll have you next time we do the show, whenever that is. You're gonna have to come into the studio here in Orlando.
You're gonna have to freeze.
Done.
You're gonna have to freeze.
Oh, we would love it. We trust all of you. We would come there easily. That's not a problem. You let us know when.
That would be so cool.
We'll clear out some space in here. You can dance in front of my 3D printers while they're printing. I don't know. We'll figure something out. But
oh, you were talking to her. I thought you wanted me to die.
Whatever.
Okay.
I mean, we're gonna have our own spirit store when you walk in. You're gonna park. I'm gonna hand you a cocktail. You know, walk in the door. We're gonna tell you a story about my house. Hand you another cocktail. Awesome.
I love it.
Very cool. All right, well, let's do this. Give everybody a nice little view of everybody. You know what's funny is I was so worried about everything for like the first few minutes of the show, but then Zoom like completely settled down.
It was great.
So,
it was a fun show.
I know that you're on like speakerphone right now, and I'm on like Google Voice or something like that. So whatever works, you know. That's awesome.
It was fun though, with all the movements and the visual. It was great.
that was a great show. Do you have another like short anything you want to read real quick?
Oh my! Let me see.
Or we could just ask him what his favorite horror movie is.
What's your favorite horror movie?
I have a cute little poem. My favorite horror movie. You know, it's really hard to say what my favorites are. Cimorene and I watch a lot of horror movies. We love the Hammer horror movie.
Oh wow!
Oh, okay.
Peter Cushing is an idol of mine. In fact, here, Cimorene, spend time with him. I have Peter Cushing's head in the other room. Hold on.
Okay.
Let us clarify. He has a plaster of his head.
Oh,
I had several questions.
Yeah, with all the things you have in your house, half of which are probably haunted, it actually didn't even surprise me. I was like, of course you got, you know, Peter Cushing's head. There it is.
So this is Peter Cushing's life cast. As you can see, it looks like Peter Cushing.
It does.
It's kind of incredible. This was done sometime in about 10 years before he passed away. And so that's our recent purchase. Peter Cushing, since I was a young boy, has actually been my idol. That is who I idolize. I'm going to put Peter Cushing's head away now.
Okay.
When else are you going to hear those words together? Peter Cushing's head.
I'm going to put Peter Cushing's head away. I'm going to remember
Way
that.
to stay ahead of the game there, Byron.
Oh, hell.
But I do want to put in a plug for a recent TV series we've been watching that I don't know if anybody is watching. It's a Russian TV series. It won all sorts of awards at Cannes years ago. It is, get ready, it's about a pandemic, a bloody pandemic. It's about the way people destroy each other to survive. So it's very much like The Walking Dead. And it came out in 2019, before the pandemic.
Wait, what's it called?
It's called To the Lake.
To the Lake.
Because that's the journey they try to take. To the Lake.
To the Lake.
So is it horror? Yes. Is it horror like The Walking Dead in terms of man is their own monster, you know, humankind? Yes. And it's fascinating. And even with subtitles, it works beautifully. The acting is sometimes a little over the top, but sometimes wonderful. There's a lot of nudity, be careful. But it's fascinating how reality blended with horror before the pandemic ever happened.
Yeah.
So, To the Lake on Netflix, if you get the chance.
Oh,
it's
cool.
Russian. Yes.
Yeah, check it out.
Yeah.
Awesome. All right. Okay. Well, we've got 6 minutes left.
6 minutes.
So whatever
Okay.
you want to do. There we go.
Yeah,
All right.
let's do it.
I have an amusing poem, since I depressed all of you earlier with a dead child. We'll take a look at it from the ghost's perspective. So this is a poem from the late 1800s, early 1900s by Arthur Geiterman called The Superstitious Ghost. I'm such a quiet little ghost, demure and inoffensive. The other spirits say I'm most absurdly apprehensive. Through all the merry hours of night, I'm uniformly cheerful. I love the dark, but in the light, I trust I'm very fearful. Each dawn I cower down in bed, in every brightness seeing that weird, uncanny form of dread, an awful human being. Of course I'm told they can't exist, that nature would not let them. But wily spook the humanist declares that he has met them. He says they do not glide like us, but walk in eerie paces. They're solid, not diaphanous, with arms and legs and faces. And some are beggars, some are kings, some have and some are wanting. They squander time in doing things instead of simply haunting. They talk of art, the horrid crew, and things they call ambitions. Oh, yes, I know as well as you, they're only superstitions. But should the dreadful day arrive, when starting up I see one, I'm sure 'twill scare me quite alive, and then, oh, then I'll be one. The end.
Nice, very nice.
Very cool. Awesome.
So, if we have a few minutes left,
We do.
I'm going to ask a question of Cimorene, because poor Cimorene did not get to dance tonight. So, Cimorene,
Byron,
what is your favorite part of the fire dancing?
that is a question I've never thought of before.
See, I'm good. Yeah.
You're hired.
I don't honestly know what the answer is. Freaking people out with the simplest thing.
Explain. Don't tell them, not me.
So, it's quite delightful. Obviously, it's fire, so the smart ones are terrifyingly in awe of it. The not-so-smart ones ask me if I can light their cigarette for them,
Mhm.
which I never will do, and they say they still try. It baffles me. But I have this movement where I can take the fan, where it's fully lit, and I just run my hand through the flame.
Ooh.
Just running your hand through the flame. They lose their minds. Because, and it's literally, it's like clockwork. I know exactly, how are you not burning yourself? She's going to burn her hand off. And I just look good. No, it's fine. It's fine.
Because my fingers aren't real. This is not a real hand. You see, yes. No.
So as silly as it sounds, that is the most delightful part because no one expects it. And it's such a simple little thing that it isn't anything. But it's the visual, the fact that I'm just running my hand through the fire. It's marvelous.
And what is the most dangerous part? Because we don't want people doing this at home.
No, do not do this.
What is the most dangerous part of fire dancing?
The fire itself, because fire is a living, breathing entity. It is unpredictable. You can think it's going to go one direction and then it decides to go the other direction. And you need to be aware of your personal space, your audience's personal space, and the fire's personal space.
Mm-hmm.
So at any given point, if I'm performing, I have to keep an eye on the foliage over top of me, the audience around me, the audience who decides to cut across my performance space, the fire, and where I am. In a nutshell.
Fire burns.
Fire.
Yeah.
When we first learned fire dancing, the trainer made us put the fluid on our arms and set our arms on fire. And I remember, because I'm not a fire performer, but I had to learn it, you know. So I remember setting my arm on fire, watching the trail go up, and then all of a sudden going, oh my God, that hurts, right before it went out. And that taught me a beautiful lesson. Don't play with it. This is a dangerous thing. You can get hurt with it.
Mm-hmm.
It was probably one of the best lessons our fire trainers ever taught us.
And I do something very similar. I have them hold their palm out, they hold a little torch in the other hand, they place the torch on their hand, and they have
Yes.
to close around it to put out the flame.
Ooh.
Yeah.
Wow.
So it's develop. You need to develop a respect for
Yes.
it and a healthy fear of it. Because
Mhm.
if you aren't afraid of it, that's where things start to go wrong. You need to be aware that yes, you're playing with fire and it is scary.
Yes. So there you go. I think I ate up your time now.
Perfect.
Perfect. That was awesome.
Great.
Mm-hmm.
Awesome. Well, thank you so much for being on the
Thank
show. I can't wait to do this again. I can't wait to see many of your performances this
Same.
fall. We'll try to hit up as many as we possibly can. On a personal note, I want to thank you for all the shows you do.
Mm-hmm.
It's been very, very helpful to me over the last year or so, and I know I'm not the only person, but I just wanted to thank you again for that. You know, I love you both, and
Love you, sir.
and we're gonna
Yeah.
go ahead and wrap it up. because it's now 9 o'clock.
But thank you again.
Yes.
It was so nice to talk to you guys
so
again.
much.
Yeah.
Likewise!
Hang out on the phone for a moment. We're going to do our little outro, and we'll be right back with you, okay?
Sounds great.
All right,
Good night,
Thank you.
everyone.
Good night,
Thank
everyone.
you.
All right. So
Right.
I was a little worried about that in the
It was
beginning.
fun.
'Cause
It was entertaining.
It was so okay. It's very entertaining when you're watching it, not when you're running the
I'm
show
sure-
and panicking.
I'm sure the audience loved it
Okay.
too. We still had it. We
I'm-
still had a great
that's
show.
right. We made it
still
work.
Fun. We made it
And
work.
the streaming gods blessed us with normal audio
Yeah.
and mostly normal video. So
It was
thank
an
you.
awesome show. Of course.
Awesome. Okay, well, next week on the
And
show,
of course, Byron and Cimorene are awesome guests.
Yes, they
too,
are.
So
no matter what, it would have been
it
amazing.
would have been awesome anyway.
Yeah. All right, so we want to make sure we thank our Patreon supporters, Raven, John, and Daniel. Thank you so much for supporting the show. You too can support HauntScene, patreon.com/HauntScene if you want to. Everything that you donate goes back into the show to help us pay the show bills. And next week on the show, this is actually our last show before the haunt season. Very special, a little bit of a different kind of situation. We're going to have Pangolin on the show. So we're going to have a musical guest.
Pangolin?
What's a pangolin or what's the
What's
pangolin?
the pangolin?
The Pangolin is one of the awesome Orlando bands. And we're friends with them.
Is it really?
Yes.
Oh,
Yeah.
cool.
Okay. Trust me,
We're in
I
the
book a
band?
guest.
That's cool.
Awesome.
Awesome.
So that's going to be really cool. We're going to go ahead and wrap this thing up. Once again, thank you to Byron
Thank you,
and
guys.
Cimorene for being on the show. Love Phantasmagoria.
Love 'em.
And let's go ahead and wrap it up. So we'll see you next week. Till next time, spook easy.
As always, happy haunting. Have a good
And-
night, guys.
Have a great night.
Bye, guys.
Bye-bye. Oh, wait. Hold on. Follow us on social media. Do all the things.
Yes.
If you're watching the show,
Everywhere.
you're probably already following us. But if you're new to the show, make sure
If
you
you're not
follow us on
following
all the
us,
things.
then what are you doing?
Yeah. All right. Have a good
All
night,
right.
everybody.
Bye.
Bye-bye.
Give me some treats.